Oh, ow.
Fight that tentacle. This was a challenge too, is that we wanted a tentacled beast. And,
Yeah.
you know, it's a square world.
How do you do that?
And you just never know what kind of fidelity you're going to be able to get.
No, you're not.
And, you know, the art department just kind of killed it.
Go through the portal.
They managed to
Anything
create
happens,
something
I'll
blocky
meet you
enough so
guys
that
at
you
the
know you're in Minecraft.
Yeah.
But it's just got an animation too. I mean, it slithers and like a tentacle. I just love those tentacles, man.
You just love them tentacles.
I do.
And Lucas, of course, is not being any freaking help whatsoever.
Well, we all have moments where we choke, and this was
his choke moment.
This was his choke moment.
All right. I feel so bad, Dave Fenoy. I feel so bad, man. I wanted to save you too, but oh God! Once again, that tentacle is just getting the better of me.
Oh yeah, it's like it's got a mind of its own.
It almost is. It's almost like we planned that.
I kind of wish we could have gotten a little bit more mileage out of the fact that it's a three-headed creature. That maybe the way to defeat it is to, you know, get it to argue with itself. No, I'll destroy this side of the globe first. Oh, wait, I said globe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of cube?
I think the world is just flat.
Oh.
It's like a big.
Are we confirming all those conspiracy theorists out there that the world is actually flat?
It's pretty deep though. So maybe the Minecraft universe is a giant candy bar. Like thick though, like a chunky.
It's like a chunky.
It's like a chunky. Yes. Do they still make chunkies?
Chunky bar? What the hell is a chunky? In the comments, anybody know what a chunky? Don't Google. Don't Google. But anybody have any? Is this like is this still in production? Am I going crazy here? Is this a bar that just I've never gone out of my way to look in the supermarkets? Is this from the 1950s? How old is Steven?
You don't see them around too much anymore. It's a square candy. It kind of looks like a rhombus, I think, would be the geometric shape I would most associate with it, a rhomboid structure, kind of, you know, squarish, but also tapered, like a ziggurat, maybe, like a temple, a Mayan tomb, perhaps. I haven't eaten one in a long time, but I'm sure they're still delicious, and they're made with love and care by the candy makers at the chocolate factory, where those little guys run around and torture children. Kids out there, can you get a...
Wow, talking about dating ourselves.
Ooh, the chunky.
See, would you like a little tasty chunky, see?
They made them with raisins.
Really?
Chunky, yeah. Some varieties of chunky would have raisins.
I have never even heard of this candy bar.
I've never heard of a chunky?
No.
Oh, well, a chunky is
I've been called a chunky before.
Well, now you'll know the context.
Okay, good.
It's a candy bar that's a little squat, square chunk. And it's filled with stuff. Sometimes raisins.
I was gonna say, hopefully delicious stuff and not just here's trash.
Oh, the caramel, nuts, nougat, that kind of stuff.
It's the trash panda of candy bars.
It may have. It's been a minute since I've had a chunky. I don't remember what they taste like.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. I know what they look like. I can spot one.
Moving forward, why was? Do you remember what was the idea? What was the plan behind keeping Petra behind, and not here with us?
Well, you know, this choice went through a lot of different permutations. At times, the person you chose actually came through the portal with you, and at other times it was more explicit. It was more explicit that the person who got sucked up into the wither was no longer with us. So
dead?
Dead, yeah.
Oh wow.
And as is often happens, whatever you lay down in your sort of first rough draft of a big choice like that ends up getting sort of massaged and tweaked along the way. Usually just based on on the scenes that follow, the needs of the scenes that follow, how we ultimately pay off on those choices, the dramatic moments that we want them to build to. And so, it usually just means that whatever we thought we wanted to do, as the story developed further on, we're like, no, we actually need Petra to stay back because she's going to have a moment of revelation that's crucial in a scene that follows. Oh, there's a ghast.
Now, I will say, if I remember correctly, and pardon me for those that work here if I'm misremembering. Okay, so at lockdown shot right there. I remember Dennis Lennart, he was the one who helped, chore this scene actually, and amongst other ones.
Yep.
And what's really funny, and it's very Dennis, is whenever you see that there's like for a comedic moment, he will often lock down the camera and just have these moments. And we'll have another one that was just, it was even in the trailer because it was funny. And I remember in Walking Dead season 1, I think it was episode 2, that we're on the farm and Clementine is talking about the salt lick, and she's like, I don't know.
What's this thing?
Daddy said it's called a salt lick.
Yeah, but don't lick it. It's gross.
Did you lick it?
I don't know.
Like that, once again, that was a very Dennis moment. And so whenever you see those kind of moments like in here, you're like, yeah, that was Dennis.
Oh, Dennis.
Yeah, we're gonna have a moment later on. We're gonna be jumping past one of these guys, and it's gonna be a lockdown camera, and it's just funny every single time.
I remember the scene from which you speak. But that shot, just down the tunnel. This is mastery.
This is totally Indiana Jones right here.
Yes. I would say that is, we are blatantly homaging the crap out of Indiana Jones, and we have no shame in that.
No, and I'm not going to complain about it. It's not a bad thing to pay homage to.
Who would? Oh yeah.
But then that's the continuous joke, right? That when it comes to video games, there always has to be a lava, level. So when it came actually to these different levels, these different areas and whatnot, did you guys already have kind of like a plan of, okay, we got to have a lava moment. Okay, we got to, be where the Ender Dragons are and all that kind of stuff. Like,
loose. I mean, this scene for the longest time was just exciting minecart ride through the Nether.
Yeah.
And that's about all anybody really knew about it. And as is often happens, a lot of other work had to be done on other scenes, and things changed. And there were a lot of open questions about what we could do. There's always budgetary and scheduling concerns about, well, how epic can this be?
Yeah.
And this poor scene was in danger for a long time of being either not existing or being very short.
Yeah.
And Dennis, to his credit, just he had a vision for it.
Yep.
And he knew what he wanted and managed to. Here we go.
This is total Dennis's style
Of
right
course.
there. Lockdown.
I think I brought up E.T. earlier as a reference. There we go.
Yeah.
That's our Amblin moment.
Yeah.
And so it's really, this scene is really just a testament to his abilities and his, just his.
I forget it. I think I was working on Tales from Borderlands at the time, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning or something like that, and it was like, okay, got to get out of here, gonna go home. And that kind of stuff, and still seeing him at his desk. And I remember it was kind of burned in my memory, him just working away, and was very impressive because he could just turn out a scene very quickly and whatnot. And so it is a testament to having that kind of skill on that. That it didn't turn out to be such a short scene. It was actually quite well done.
One of the best scenes in the episode. Just a pure action moment, and it was already. It was tough too because there was a fair amount of action that preceded it. But we're coming into, and this is always kind of the dance that we're doing, the pacing dance of
Yeah.
how much time are we going to spend just kind of quieter moments or more dramatic moments, and how are those offset with the action beats. And you know, we came off a pretty intense moment with the Witherstorm, you know, a fair amount of action, and so there were people, not me, making the argument that, well, maybe we filled the bucket we needed for. I find arguing to be counterproductive in creative discussions. I think I am a big fan of just letting everyone have their way all the time. Don't stand in anyone's way, and if you think someone's wrong, don't tell them it, because otherwise you miss an opportunity to see them fall flat on their faces. And that's really the whole point of the creative process, is the destruction of your enemies and their utter humiliation. For action, you know, in this particular episode, and was this really necessary? And you know, like I said, luckily, you know, Dennis would not, you know, he took the scene to a place where it just couldn't be denied as being absolutely necessary for the episode.
Yeah.
Almost.
And I think that's kind of a testament to the people who work here overall, is that, you know, there's just putting in just the normal hours, okay, just doing the work. But more often than not, a lot of people, they go in above and beyond on their own volition, their own choice, because they want to put out a higher quality, you know, product than typically what is just needed. And it is pretty cool to see what is able to put out when people are passionate about what they do.
Most of the special moments in our episodes are due to individuals and groups of individuals just taking it to the next level creatively.
So went ahead and chose for us to actually go through first, than forcing any of our other friends to do as such.
Gotta take one for the team.
Yep.
Here you are. Now look, your pants are wet.
Dang it. I hate it when my pants get wet, whether by exterior or interior sources.
Well, they are overalls, and overalls are designed for, oh, look, a zombie.
It is kind of funny, though, that on... Oh,
no, it's not
hit
good.
each other at the same time.
Yeah.
There we go. With a studio that is built so much off of already with zombies, to once again have a game that already has zombies in it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
We can have some fun there.
We leveraged all of our zombie experience to make this game. That's about it.
Perfect.